Hi everybody, it's Meg from Books Off the Beaten Path, and we are back in our usual haunt. We are in the dining room because I'm all by myself today, and I thought I would take advantage of using my light and using the extra space I have in the dining room. So today we are going to talk about my TBR for 2024. Now, I've never done one of these videos because I'm such a mood reader. I don't know what I'm going to read next, but I have all these books kind of backed up, and I thought I'd better come up with a plan to start reading them before I buy more books. I'm not on any kind of book buying ban. I'm not on that yet, but I may be if I can't tackle some of these books that I've got lying aside. Okay, so first I want to start off with promoting my favorite store, which is Half Price Books. And I got this bookmark last time I was there, and it is, hold on. Sorry, I got a text there. Life is a treasure hunt. You just have to know where to look. And I love Half Price Books, and I am waiting for you to sponsor me. So anytime you're ready, just pick up the phone and call. All right, so let's get started here. Let's look at some of these books that I've got. This one I bought not from Half Price Books. I got this from a little antique store in Guthrie, Oklahoma. And it is called Janie's Fortune. And I don't know much about it, except whoever owned it crossed out Janie, which I love, and wrote Margie's Fortune. And I think that was really sweet because whoever read it, it was copyright. Oh God, it was copyright in Roman numerals, so I don't know. Whoever read it wanted this to be their fortune, or sisters or friends or something like that. But my rough understanding is that it is about a girl from Connecticut who goes out west somewhere for the summer and has an adventure out west. So that's a wonderful vintage one that I will check out. What's next, you ask? Well, I wanted to show you this. So I'm currently reading Dr. Hudson's Secret Journal, and this is a really interesting book. The plot is odd, if you can call it a plot. It's like a diary entry that's been encoded, but when you're reading it, it's already been deciphered, and it's about making people's lives better. Like, how do you make people's lives better? And therefore, how does that make your life better? But it's more complex than that. I'm not giving it its due. Sorry, I just caught a glimpse of my hair there, and I thought I would freshen it up a little. Anyway, so gotta finish Dr. Hudson's Secret Journal, hopefully before the end of the year. I think I can do it. If I do some extra reading tonight and tomorrow night, I think I can do it. So I got to finish that one, and that'll be the last of my 2023. These are all going to be 2024. So I've got Josephine Tay, A Shilling for Candles. Now, I don't know what's happened here on the front. It looks very much as if someone has died, and she's died in a bathing suit. And Josephine Tay, of course, is a wonderful classic mystery writer. Let's get a copyright date on that one. 1936. This is a 1936 mystery, and it looks wonderful. So can't wait for that one. I may try to get my mysteries or my gothics kind of grouped up, or I may just scatter them out. I haven't decided yet. Leave me a comment if you want to see them grouped up or scattered out. I think scattered out would be more fun, but we'll see. Okay, so I got this one from Half Price Books just because of the copyright date. Not really because I'm interested in the story, but I thought it would be sort of fun. It's by Taylor Caldwell, who I've never heard of, and it's called The Eagles Gather. And this was written, it's a hefty little tome, and this was written in 1940. And it's one of those family sagas. Now, this is going to be low on my TBR because I'm not a big family saga person. My mother is. But it did have an interesting feel to it. bloodletting battle for control of their empire. I don't know what their empire is, but they're bloodletting to control it. So, woo, that's kind of tough. All right, now we've got some Gothics going on. Now, we all know how much I love Mary Roberts Reinhardt. We know it, we know it, we know it. I got this one, The Breaking Point. How long could love hold a woman to a man without a past? A man who could not be sure he wasn't a murderer. A man who would never be sure of anything until he reached the breaking point. Well, I don't know how long. I don't know. 6 weeks, a month, 2 years? I don't know. But Mary's going to tell us. So that's a Mary Roberts Reinhardt. And as long as I'm there, I've got 2 more Mary Roberts Reinhardts. Let me get them here. Okay. I've got The Man in Lower 10, copyright 1909, which I have been looking for forever. I cannot wait to read this one. Angel or Demon, The Man in Lower 10. Angel or Demon. And then we've got This Strange Adventure. And this one, let's see what the copyright date is on this one. This one, copyright 1928. 1928, and I don't know anything about it. I've never even heard about it. So that's another Mary Roberts Reinhardt, but I'm not going to read those all in succession because I love her so much. I'm going to spread it out over the year. Next on the list is a wonderful Gothic. Quite cheesy, and I hope it will be cheesy and fun, and it's called The Long Journey Home. Can you see her in there? She's clutching that banister. Something bad's happened. And though she knew no one at Fountain Hall, the forbidding mansion she inherited from her late husband, Kathy Thornwaite, goes to live there so that her unborn child will receive his rightful inheritance. Oh my. Well, we know there's going to be trouble there. We can just tell she's looking up at that lighted window. Oh, I love those. I just love a good Gothic. Here's another one. This one's torn. Dark Whispers. This one, I believe, is she an archaeologist? She's an archaeologist or an architect. And let's see, hold it up a little. She's running from the ruins. Something bad has happened. But this one, let's get a copyright date on this one. It's a little torn up. This one's late for me. This is 1975, but I couldn't resist I couldn't resist the back. And the back is talking about the scepter of death. And we've got the scepter of death that we've got to deal with. So watch out for that. I'm going to take a Topo Chico break. Hold on. The best. And Topo Chico, if you want to sponsor me, you can do that too. Next, we have a series of short stories. Now, I've had this on my shelf for a while, and I feel like my camera is bobbing back and forth. Sorry about that. Hold it there like that. This is Elizabeth Gaskell Gothic Tales? Yeah, Gothic Tales. And it just looks fun and creepy and wicked and fearful. And I've never read any Elizabeth Gaskell. And I love Gothic Tales. She's a Victorian writer, from what I understand. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait to read some of these creepy tales. This looks more Halloweenish, though. A little later on in the year, I think I'll be picking this one up. All right, what else do we have? Oh, we got some Agatha Christie. Let's put those together. Let's see. Do I have? Da, 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 da. Let me just look over here a second. Yes, I have 2 Agatha Christies. Both of them are in their protective covers. And we have Mr. Parker Pine Detective. Now, these are short stories. These are short little puzzle stories. I've not heard It's a first printing, and I'm just very, very excited about it. This one's late for Agatha. This is 1974. So I don't know exactly what year she died, but she may have been getting tired of writing the big, long novels and just decided to do some short stories. So Mr. Parker Pine, that's some short stories. This one, doesn't this one look good? Murder at Hazelwood. Why had the worldly and elegant widow, Mrs. Willett, and her beautiful daughter, Violet, come halfway around the world to Stitford House? What had drawn them to this bleak place where they knew no one and no one knew them? Inspector Narcroft is going to find out. Let's see if I can get a copyright date on this one for you, because this is another one that I'm not familiar with. I know there's some Agatha Christie devotees out there that sometimes watch my channel, and I need to know more about this one. This was copyrighted in 1931. It was copyrighted in 1931, and I'm very excited about it. So that one is probably going to be a more recent read because it's skiing and it's January, and I don't know, it looks like something that's just going to fit my mood as soon as I finish Dr. Hudson. Just looks like something that's going to fit my mood. Okay, what else do we have here? Oh, we've got a Daphne du Maurier. This one is called The House on the Strand. And this one, I may have talked to you about this before. This one, I believe, is about time travel. And it's got a map. Can you see that? It's got a map in it, which is pretty cool. It's about drugs and time travel. And I don't know much about it, but I do love Daphne du Maurier. I have to say it like that every time. And so I'm excited about that one. I think that one will be good. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move the camera off of its little tripod here because it's moving too much. Okay, is that any better? Maybe the first one, if you hung on this long, maybe you won't be seasick for the next half. All right, so more books to come. Now I've got this one, Polly, a New Fashioned Girl, and it's a wonderful vintage. And let's see if I can get a copyright date on this. This is another one I bought at an antique shop. Ooh, it's falling apart. It's by L.T. Mead, who I'm not familiar with at all. And I cannot find a copyright date. But it's beautiful. It's a beautiful book. There are no illustrations in it. And it looks to be turn of the century. So instead of just putting it up for decor, I'm actually going to read it. So Polly, a New Fashioned Girl. This to me seems February-ish. Valentine's Day and stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll see if I can keep to that schedule. All right. What else do we have over here? Oh, I had to get this one. I had these as a kid, and I don't know if anyone even remembers them, but this is Meg. These are the Meg mysteries. And of course I love them because my name is Meg. And I read them all the time. And this is The Secret of the Witch's Stairway. And oh, I just can't wait. Look, they're dressed up. They're reenacting something. Oh, I just can't wait to read this one. This one won't take long at all. And this was owned, again, I love marginalia. This was owned by Susan in 1971. In 1971, I would have been 3 years old? 3 years old in 1971. But still, my mom got me these and everything. I wish I'd kept them. I wish I'd had sense. But I still don't have sense. What else we got? Moby Dick. Now, I told you I was going to read Moby Dick. And I'm not going to think about SpongeBob SquarePants, but I am going to read Moby Dick. This will probably be my March Mammoth, if we're doing the March Mammoth thing. And, you know, I am excited to read it because everyone that has read it has said they genuinely loved it. You know, not like people that read, let's say, War and Peace and say, oh, I genuinely loved it and everything, and you just don't buy that for a minute. This one, apparently, everybody does love, so I can't wait to read it. But I think I will do it as a March Mammoth because it's a big sucker. The Witch of Blackbird Pond. Now, some of these are going to look familiar if you've seen my recent video of my book haul. The Witch of Blackbird Pond. I'm going to read this one. This one's short. It's like a middle grade and everything like that. Don't know when I'm going to read it, but I am. What else do we have here? Oh, this Rough Magic. Now, this Rough Magic may be my second read or my first read for 2024, because I have heard about it for years. I love Mary Stuart. We all know how much I love Mary Stuart. And so I'm thinking, I don't know, I might have to read this one right off because it's taken me a long time to find it. You know, and I could order these. People tell me all the time, just order the book, but I'm not going to do that. The Moon Spinners. I have read this. I started reading it and I realized I had read it, but I don't have this copy with Haley Mills on the front. So I think I'm going to give it a reread. So that'll be my reread section, and that'll be summertime. I know that's going to be a summertime read. What else do we have here? Cheaper by the Dozen. Also probably will be summertime. Something I can read on the porch. I think it's going to be wonderful. I loved the movie with Steve Martin, and I want to know how close it is to the original book. Here's a great illustration. I don't know what's happening here. Can you see that? So that's more of a summertime read there. I'm making my sound for Dark Shadows. I got two great Dark Shadows, and those I just eat up. These are like chocolates for me. I can't wait. I've got Stranger at Colin's House, and then I've got The Mystery of Collinwood. Well, the mystery is he's a vampire. Told you the mystery. I told ya. I'm just drinking Topo Chico, my hand to God. Okay, this one again from an antique store. This one is called Bedelia. And Bedelia, this is a first edition, 1945. And it's in kind of rough shape. And this was apparently turned into a movie. And Bedelia is not a nice young woman, from my understanding. I think that she either murders her husband or tries to murder her husband. But Bedelia, I've had this for a while, and I need to read it because it's not in very good shape, and I need to read it before it completely falls apart. Which brings me to my last book, which I am dying to read, but I don't know if I will be able to read it because it is in such terrible, terrible shape. It's called Patsy's Progress by Rose Knox, and it's a library book. You can see when it was last checked out was September 6th. Can you see that? September 6th, 1938. And let me show you this illustration here. Look at this. Look at the gorgeousness of that. Is that not just gorgeous? My problem is, though, is that it is in such bad condition that I don't know if I can read it, because I would have to be so careful with reading it. Not that I throw my books around or anything like that, but I don't want to destroy it because I find it gorgeous. And I find, books are not just things to read. They're also works of art, especially the Gothic ones with the wonderful covers, and Patsy's Progress is a work of art and everything like that. So that is my TBR for 2024. I'm a slow reader. I'm not a super fast reader. I finished the year reading 36 books, so that's about 3 a month, or it is 3 a month. And I don't know, we'll just have to see how it goes. I will keep you posted on my early morning book reviews, and then we're going to go through and we're going to do some what is vintage, where do you need to start with vintage, what is classic mystery, where you need to start with classic mystery. And then I'm going to have my friend Michelle and Rob on, I think, at one point. They're a married couple, and they have lots of opinions about books. And so I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And I will... Oh, wait! I almost forgot. Give me a like, hit subscribe. I'm so excited that I'm getting new subscribers. It's so exciting for me. But make sure that you hit subscribe so that you always know when I'm going to show up out of the blue on your phone, and give me a like, and I will check you later. Happy New Year.